the solution to the sky spraying. Greetings, beloved frequency gardening community. I'm Spence, the founder of Frequency Gardening, and we are training the next generation of gardeners and land guardians that this planet requires. In this talk, I'm going to talk about the most powerful technique that can be used by humanity to deal with all of the environmental engineering, the words we're not even allowed to say on these platforms. Now, I get messages every single day in my Instagram, my inbox just blowing up at Frequency Gardening if you want to come follow along, with pictures and videos of the skies being ravaged by toxic chemicals, barium, strontium, aluminum, etc. Pillaging the sky and, of course, the raining down onto the earth, toxifying our soils that we grow healthy food in, that are meant to nourish our bodies, our families, our soul. It's a deep agenda, one that we talk about on other platforms, especially on my email list. You can find it below. And while I won't go into the technicalities here in this video, I want to go into the solution. Now, it's beautiful to see the internet blowing up with solutions to protect our gardens. We have frequency devices of all kinds, from Electroculture, chembusters, earth pipes, cloudbusters, Don Croft, William Reich. And these are all amazing. These are things that I teach within my programs, like the Frequency Gardening Certification, within my course, Full Spectrum Electroculture. But you'll notice time and time again, I come back to the most powerful, underutilized gardening and land guardian restoration of ecosystem technology out there. And the beautiful hummingbird joins us, beloved hummingbird, during this conversation. That we can harness and use, not only to clear the skies, but to awaken humanity into our highest, most divine, full potential, returning us to the original template of humanity, which is one of guardianship, one of kinship, one of stewardship with these sacred lands, this earth realm. Now, souls come here to experience what it is like to be given God-given form, to be divinity incarnated into a realm of perceived illusionary physicality. That's part of the journey. It's not about escaping. It's about integrating and mastery of this realm before continuing on the grand cosmic circle to return to our knowingness of being these divine fractals of the I am presence, God, source, creator consciousness. And in this veiling, we have lost our way and allowed parasitical energies, that is energies, beings, entities outside of the human race, to influence us into the negative polarity. And now we needed to see this. We've needed to see this because of the cosmic spiral, right? Everything in the cosmic realm spirals from descension to ascension. This isn't about some crazy enlightenment, about escaping the matrix. This is about the natural cycles. And we have come to a very dense bottom point, the bottom of the sacred spiral before the spiral begins. And one of the things that is manifested that we are witnessing before our eyes is the continued degradation of the skies. Now, we're blessed here today because it is largely blue. I have some beautiful our Electroculture Harmonizer technology from one of my companies, Aether Magic, down there, literally working its magic, creating a dome over here, which is beautiful. But it isn't the longest term solution, despite our goal of getting 1,000 of these Electroculture Harmonizer antennas, EHAs, onto the land. You can find the application below if you're interested in joining and getting one on your land. But that is not why I am here, because there is a more powerful way. And that is that underutilized I am presence within us. The harnessing of the infinite potential of our subconsciousness. Said another way, utilizing the power of human intent through the law of manifestation to transform and awaken those within this realm. Now, a great book that I study often that has been a huge influence for me right here, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And he talks of the power of retraining our mind as this conscious communicator, as the captain of the ship, programming our infinite subconscious, the subconscious that keeps our heart beating when we sleep and keeps the breath coming in. We have been deceived through our educational systems, and many of our parents have forgotten to raise us with the power of the I am presence, the infinite presence, knowing that this infinite aspect of the subconscious is the key to not only the sky spring and the disillusion of that, but the living of our divine life, whether you want to create a 100-acre homestead, whether you want to live in the mountains, whether you want to live on the beach, whether you want to have children. Perhaps you and your partner are trying to have children right now and it's not happening. Perhaps you want to be a millionaire. Perhaps you want to leave your job and work remotely. Whatever it may be, the answer is in the power of your subconscious. And many great scholars spoke of the solution to the sky spring, the geospring in the Bible. Now, I'm the first one to say the Bible has been heavily manipulated by kings and popes for the agenda of control. Many of the sacred books have been removed completely, and people have gone around believing the Bible as a true story. And my take after studying it for many years is the Bible is full of codes of how to harness the I am presence within. It's not about being separate from the I am, from God, source, creator, consciousness, but remembering that that divine spark is within you. And can you see here how the divine spark, when it is suppressed, when we have forgot it within this veiling, within the stress of life and geopolitics and the threat of war and the threat of conscription and the inflationary system, all of this stuff, it crunches us down into survival rather than thriving. And this affects all aspects of the human experience, not just the gardening and growing food. But yet, there is a powerful passage within this text that gives us the keys to dealing with the sky spray. And this is the most important thing you can do before the harmonizers, before the cloudbusters, before the earth pipes and all of these protection systems, just like we have the frequency gardening protection framework. Number 11 is what we're talking about here. The first 10, they're all things you can do. We can do structure the water. We can vortex it. We can do this. Number 11 on our framework is the power of the human conscious, right? The underutilized potential. And I'm going to read you just one line here that sums it up from the Bible. And this is Matthew 21:22. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. This, my beautiful family, is the secret to ending the sky spray. Now, what is supposedly Matthew? Now, remember, these names are not the same. These are names that have been added. So there was someone out there, some mystic, some great leader, a biblical scholar, you could say, from long forgotten era. 2,000 years ago is what they tell us. Now this, don't forget, there's been many resets many times, and this text has been used for control. But the passage remains nonetheless. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Now, before we go on to this, we need to talk about a magical alchemical process that takes place on Earth, part of this Earth realm, and that is the 100th monkey effect. Now, the 100th monkey effect is this idea that if a monkey learns to do something in Madagascar, very quickly, the monkeys in Asia, the monkeys in the zoo of the US, the monkeys in the different parts of the world will start doing this. The same applies to human, and this is a scientific process that has been studied many times. This was known by Atlantis, Lemuria, all the ancient civilizations, Sumeria, Babylon, the Mayans, etc. And this is that idea when humans do something, it can spread. Now, at the time of this recording, a couple days ago, a remarkable human feat was done with a man named Sebastian Sawe and another man who followed him in the London Marathon in 2026, breaking the 2-hour marathon mark. Incredible display of human potential. But the 100th monkey effect is now happening. Because someone did it, more will do it. And I guarantee as we watch other marathons in the coming years, we will see many men breaking the sub 2-hour mark. And I guarantee you women will break it as well. I think that one of the top women runners right now is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Well, the fact that it has been broken, that literally on a frequency level, on a subconscious level, gets uptaken into the fields of humanity. And people start knowing, believing that it can be done. This is the same thing that happens when we pray, when we believe that the chem agenda ends. So this is why going into prayer, and remember, prayer is an interesting thing, and this is why I highly encourage you to read The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and perhaps study Neville Goddard's work as well, a great Christian mystic, with relevancy to us regardless of whether agnostic, atheist, Buddhist, whatever. Neville Goddard's text, very similar to Murphy's work here. And we don't pray as if it's outside of us. We pray as the divine spark within us. We relax our body. We lie on our mat in Savasana, taking a few minutes to program through our consciousness, the captain of the ship, into our subconsciousness. I am relaxed. My body is relaxed. My arms are relaxed. My fingertips are relaxed. My feet are relaxed. And we enter into a state that Neville Goddard talked about as SATS, the state akin to sleep. When the subconscious is most ripe, the infinite power of the subconscious is the most ripe it will be. And from there, we can utilize the greatest garden technology, the most underutilized garden technology of the human experience, the power of the beloved divine subconscious. So when we are there and we are relaxed, we now begin the programming process to deal with the spraying. Saying, knowing, from our heart space, in our mind's eye, we can command this into our subconscious, which is the infinite receiver and the infinite projector. I truly know that if we can bring together 1 million souls doing what I'm about to say consistently for 90 days, the sky spraying agenda will fall apart. There will be mass awakening across the planet, and the parasites, the ones who run the agenda of who are doing this spraying, will fall apart. It's the same as my knowledge and knowing this, and I've seen it in many visionary states. When we get 1,000 of these Electroculture Harmonizer antennas into the earth, it disrupts the frequency fence of the 5, the 6G, the quote satellites flux pinned to the etheric currents, up there at 60, 70,000 feet. But we'll save that for another time. Follow along, join the email list if you want to hear more about flux pinning and how the pressurized firmament realm works. But that is a slight aside here. 1 million frequency gardeners doing this technique every single day. 90 days. It all falls apart. Why? Because the power of the human consciousness is the power of God in action. And the 100th monkey effect comes into mass play. So you have 1 million of us doing this, and it spreads like wildfire. And all of a sudden you have people all around the world just waking up and saying, well, why don't I do this? Why don't I start knowing that the power of the human consciousness can dissolve this? And that's how you move into places where not only are people just commenting on Instagram, I hate these sky spraying, I hate it, what do? We see this sweeping across, and the quote normies, right? Our brothers and sisters and that's not derogatory, that's just brothers and sisters who are in the sleepiness start waking up. It's already happening. So what we're doing here with this power of prayer, with whatever ye shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive, Matthew 21:22, just is accelerating the process. And this is great because I don't know about you, but I'm done with seeing chemicals falling down on our beloved trees, the cedar trees here that are getting burned, right? The literal climate change that is happening, right? Yeah, no shit. Climate change is happening. We're dumping desiccant chemicals out en masse, poisonous glyphosate en masse out of planes, destroying and landing into our waterways and our soils. You want to talk about the worms dying? Yeah, well, toxic rain coming down. So how do we move it? We move it with whatever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive, Matthew 21:22. So let's go back to in this beautiful sat state, this state akin to sleep, relaxing, feeling your body relax, and then programming you as this massive, powerful consciousness amplifier. Remember, this is why speaking with plants, this is why speaking with the landscape angel, the devas, the spirits of the land is possible, because you are an infinite power. You have infinite power, creationary power, as a spark of divine incarnated in this human experience. We have forgotten that, but I am here to remind you that you have that within you. So why not apply it to the sky spraying, to the geoengineering, to the 5G, to everything, right? This is why they keep us off beat with constant programming of news and half-truths and stress, because when they keep you in a stress state, you do not typically do these processes. I have this in my own life. This is why it has to be a level of that warrior, that guardian, that land stewardship, the discipline, the creationary discipline to do these practices and to come together and to spread the good news that we have these technologies. We have the technology, the greatest garden technology, the power of the human body. So you're relaxing, I am relaxed, and utilizing. It is simple. The programming. The feeling is the secret, as Neville Goddard would have. So it can look a little different, and trust your intuition, but relax yourself and then go into your heart space. Center yourself in your heart space. Feel the power energy of your heart space. And bring up gratitude. I am grateful for the plants. I am grateful for my seeds. I am grateful for my healthy garden. I am grateful for my healthy body. Get that gratitude energy moving throughout your biofield, throughout your body. And then drop the freaking hammer. Bringing the conscious intent of the human vessel, of your human experience, of your power of your mind into the heart space, and allow it to move through you, and it moves down into your hara, the lower dantian, your sacral area, which is the greatest amplifier and projector of infinite consciousness. It's literally a massive projector that moves frequency out like this. It's scalar energy. It does not know time and space. It moves to the infinite reaches of the universe instantaneously, aligning with the higher timelines of the divine, bringing literal manifestation forward. And remember, you can do this to manifest your farm. We're just applying this to ending the sky spraying agenda. So you're in there in your heart space, and you're commanding from head through your heart, which filters and amplifies the power of the subconscious. It moves down into your gut and hara, which spreads it out instantaneously like a massive radio transmitter. The transmitter they don't want you to know, the parasitical entities. So as you transmit, program, utilizing the conscious mind through the subconscious. Envision, know, believe. I am experiencing a world free of chemical warfare. I am experiencing beautiful blue, divine, clear skies with natural clouds over my garden. I am experiencing toxin-free rains on my land, highly structured water that is amplifying all of the plant life, the microbiome. Code as a code programmer. Remember, you could think of this as a way your consciousness is programming your subconsciousness. You're programming the natural hardware that works 24/7, 360 days a year. Remember, it's 360. The 5 days is a distortion, but we'll save that for another video. The beautiful divine circle, 360. I am that I am is a great embodiment for this practice. I am the infinite creationary potential of the divine. That you stating and claiming that you are the code breaker, you are the shifter, you are the glitzer in the matrix, you are the God-given land guardian, earth steward, kinsman, kinswoman of the land, choosing it, and then I am coding it out again. I am that I am. Beautiful studies within Neville Goddard's work on that. And you stay in that sat sleep, amplifying for as long as you wish. 15 minutes a day for a million people for 90 days changes the entire earth realm. And because of the infinite power of the human subconsciousness, it changes the earth game around us. And the fields of earth, the fields of humanity, something called the human morphogenetic field, that is all the frequencies of humanity. How many billion souls? They say 8 billion. I don't think it's that high. But anyway, let's say 2-3 billion souls. Shifting, frequency going up, notch by notch. That is awakening. That is ascension. That is the awakening of humanity into our power. And never forget, as a beautiful brother Wayne Dyer would say, one person in their heart space centered on solutions is worth 50 million people sleeping and trapped in the matrix. So you can see how very quickly you get a million gardeners, homesteaders, farmers doing this clearing process for 90 days, and everything changes. It literally collapses the old way. Some say we are at the end of the Kali Yuga, moving into the starting of the initial gold, bronze, silver, golden age. Well, guess what? The million that are doing this right now is what changes it. You see in the esoteric New Age community, which we know has been very hijacked in many ways, but nonetheless, the 144,000. Well, if the 144,000 is powerful internet creators are doing this, of amplifying themselves in sats, from relaxation to the gratitude in the heart space to the amplification, the programming of the human the human morphogenetic field. It all shifts very, very quickly. So next time you see the sky spraying, the next time you're freaking out, the next time you fall into despair around this, what the F-ness, do this. And if you are like me with my Electroculture Harmonizer antenna out there, or your cloudbusters, or your earth pipes, whatever technology you're using, go do this meditation beside them. Because these devices with your intent will literally bring in and help amplify what you are doing. Never forget the power of the human consciousness. And as we speak, look at that. I guess I have to bring it up, but what do we got going? We got a little... I don't know if we're going to see that. Right there, look at that. Nice little cami rocket. Well, guess what? They're afraid of what happens when a million of us awake gardeners, farmers, and homesteaders come together for 90 days and bring this forward. You can also create energetic domes in the short term, right? Go into sats, relax, have that gratitude in your heart, and then program. I'm commanding the power of my subconscious to rearrange all of the atoms, molecules, DNA, frequency bands around my garden and land into one protective, supportive dome that is good for all life, that neutralizes any and all chemicals and toxicity in the air, that scrambles the signals of these drones and jets, that awakens those who are flying them, that awakens those who are military bases from the ground running them, that awakens them in the centers, the flight centers that are running these drones over. Remember, we have the power. And you can do this to manifest your land as well. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Matthew 21:22. And remember, prayer is not separate from the divine, and this is where religion takes over. You're not praying and begging, oh, Jesus Christ, please, oh, please, and please, I don't like these chemtrails, please. No, you are not subservient to the divine. You are the divine. And this will trigger many, and that's okay. And I say, go read Neville Goddard's. Faith is your fortune. Go read Neville Goddard's. Feeling is the secret. Go read Dr. Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Go read something by modern day teacher R.J. Spina. Go read the I Am Presence. Go follow someone. Go follow the Reality Revolution podcast here on YouTube. Study, study, study. Read the I Am Discourses by Saint-Germain. Read The Law of One by Ra. All of these as relevant as the Bible itself. Whatever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Well, the belief part is not separate and outside of you. It is you in that moment. And this is what I encourage all of you to take your power back from outside of you. And remember, the Savior, the one coming to deal with this, is not in a guy flying down on a white horse, on the wings of fire, the chariots. No, you are the divine. You are Jesus Christ. You are Buddha. You are Zoroaster. You are Lao Tzu. You are all of these ascended masters that you see and you put on a pedestal. You are them in your heart, and you are that master already. You just have to remember it. And remember your power ye shall. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Matthew 21:22. Where can you apply that? Can you take 15 minutes once, twice, 3 times a day to clear the chems from the sky, to build the masculine, no, not the masculine, to build the morphogenetic field, to amplify it? Now, when I say masculine, I keep wanting to go that because my subconscious wants to bring this forward. The mind is the masculine energy. It is the direction. It is the determination. It is the focus. All of us have it. Doesn't matter whether you're in a man's or woman's body right now. Your soul is infinite. The masculine mind programs. It is the intention of sitting your butt down, getting yourself into the state asleep to kin, the programming, the relaxation. And then the feminine, the powerful force of surrender, of knowing we are already these infinite creators, right? That is the power of the subconscious. And the subconscious, again, working 24/7, 365, unwavering, unflagging, never tiring, 100% your God-given gift, your superpower that can never be taken away unless you forget. Unless you get so busy with the geopolitics, the looking at the news, the growing of the garden, the raising of the children, all of the lifing that keeps on lifing, you must take the 15 minutes and enter into the SATS, the state akin to sleep, and you will clear. And we could protect ourselves and support ourselves with these domes. And very soon we don't need these domes, but it's because the actual frequency shifts. All the people who are doing it, the drones, the robots, the Greys, the Anunnaki, the people running the industrial military complex, all of them awaken because of the power of your heart space. And they don't want you to know this, and they try and suppress these videos. So share the good news, subscribe, like, and tag your brothers and sisters. And remember, I do not have all the answers. I am simply one soul, one aspect of the divine, remembering that I am a fractal here to share the good news with you, that we can take the power back that we already have, and that a million of us amplifying this, we come together like lights across the earth realm, just like I talk about how do we deal with the damage and the repair and the degradation, the burning of the Amazon, the burning of the Tiger, the burning of where I am, the mass logging of the interior temperate rainforest, the gyres of plastic, the pollution, the density that happens. How do we take it back? We take it back one SATS meditation focus at a time, one commanding the gratitude through our heart space, and the one knowing that our conscious mind amplifying out through our subconscious changes the chemical agenda and raises the morphogenetic field. And that is the good news of this video. So if you are with me, like, share, and please take this link, put it in an email. If it gets to one person in your life and one of you can go out and share the good news and one of you lies down on your mat, I am relaxed, and entering into these higher states of consciousness through the heart space and amplifying out. You know the way. You don't need me to teach the way. This is just a reminder. And bring it into that powerful heart space and let the subconscious do the work, because here's the power, and this is the good news. You don't need to stress the subconscious. The conscious programs it. If you're someone like me who is going through some health challenges in this beautiful vessel of mine, I do this every day and the healing occurs. It is done. We have won. It is done. I have won, as Neville Goddard likes to say. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Claim your prayer once again. You aren't separate from prayer. You are the God-given divine vessel, the fractal here, unseparate from God. You are God, and this is the good news that mystics like Dr. Joseph Murphy and Neville Goddard taught us, among many others. This is how we change the chemical agenda. This is how we end the sky spraying. This is how we end the dimming of the life-giving sun. This is how we repair the forest. This is how we grow abundant foods. You can apply this to your garden. And when you do this, you're programming your garden. Your garden is a conscious energy and frequency response. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more transmissions from me, subscribe, like, comment. I love all of you. And I will see you in a future video. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Matthew 21:22. It is done. Humanity has won. The golden age is beginning. The fading of the Kali Yuga and the untangling and the unraveling of all the hate, fear, guilt, rape, terror, programming is ending. And that is the good news. I love you.